Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Check this out. Let me just talk about Stephen A. Smith. I heard something that Two Raw TV said about Stephen A. Smith that was spot on, and I agree with him 100%. I used to be a big fan of Stephen A. Smith back in the day, before he completely did a 360 and became the house Negro that he is now, because that's all he is. He's disgusting and he makes me sick to my stomach. You talk about a dude that truly changed as the money grew and his stature grew. Because Stephen A. Smith back in the day actually was like what Shannon Sharpe was. And that's why people respected him back in the day. It was like, okay, finally we got a dude that's out here representing us, that's speaking for the dudes, you know what I'm saying, that's on the front line, that's out here fighting a good fight. But then when he was released and then brought back, you saw him gradually change and become the person that he is now. I keep telling you, I remember that show, quite frankly, all of us remember it. And like I said, I remember when he had Dr. Boyce Watkins on his show. And we all know Dr. Boyce Watkins is a very controversial person. You know, some people like him, some people is right there, some people don't like him. It is. Me, myself, I made this very clear. I support Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I will continue to support Dr. Boyce Watkins. I don't agree with his stance on everything. That I do not. Because as black people, there's going to be somebody that you don't 100% agree with on everything, but that doesn't mean you have to completely turn your back on them. Like I said before, I've said on a couple occasions some of the issues that I have with Dr. Boyce Watkins. But anyway, let me get back to the subject at hand. But when he had him on that show, and he said some of the stuff that he talked about, then abruptly, Stephen A. Smith, they got rid of him. Didn't renew his contract. He did a stint at Fox. He came back. But when he came back, that's when he gradually started to change. You started to see him just on a regular basis attacking black men, you know, putting them down. And then the funny thing is, as he gradually became the person that he is now, you started to see the people who didn't support him at first grew to start loving him. And you know what group of people that I'm talking about. The people that love him now, who think that they can hire guys like Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock to be their voice. Once again, you know what group of people that I'm talking about. You know, the Elmer's Glue people. We already know this. Because a lot of times in the media, when they can't say something that they would be deemed controversial, some of them will say it anyway. They'll get a guy like Stephen A. Smith or the Jason Whitlocks. And by the way, we know Jason Whitlock loved fighting for the other team. Okay? When I say he loved fighting for the other team, I remember when me and Biz Saucy Boxing was talking about this, and I mean, me and Biz Saucy Boxing, we was just like, I can't remember where we were, and we was like going at it, not like fighting. We was like going at it. We was like chopping up. We was just on some real deep, you know, black shit. And Biz Saucy Boxing said, you know what, man? He said, he said Jason Whitlock, like, he like cooning so hard that he'd do it for free. Said he loves it. And I couldn't agree more. But that's what you have with Stephen A. Smith. of course, you always get the people that's just like Stephen A. Smith that'll come on here and say, hey, man, he just voicing his opinion. No, he goes out of his way to attack black men. Now, for the people that support Stephen A. Smith, I don't care what you think. Okay? I don't care what you think. I'm going to continue to say what I need to say about this dude. Stephen A. Smith is just a horrible person on the inside and the outside. And you seen what type of dude he was when I ran up on him. This is a dude that constantly said, oh, I'll debate with anybody whether I'm working or not. Now guess what he does now? Then just as soon as the finals came, he said somebody tried to run up on him, and then he said, I don't debate for free. Now keep in mind, all the time he was talking all that shit about, hey, he'll debate with somebody, he don't care where he is and all that. Well, I wanted to debate with him. I walked up to him and asked him, hey man, do you really believe the stuff that come out your mouth? And shout out to the homie Blue Blood, because Blue Blood distracted him so we could run up on him. And it was the perfect setup. I promised all my subs, I said if I saw Stephen A. Smith, I was going to pull up on him. And the setup was right there. It was funny. I'm talking about, it was like magic. Didn't even know he was there. And then I think, shout out to my brother Callie and them. He said, hey man, Stephen A. Smith is here. And I was like, where? And then I look up, he right across. And then you can see I started filming him. I'll say, yeah, I'm finna run up on him. And you seen what his reaction was when I ran up on him. Dude started talking about I don't debate and all that, and I don't take pictures like, well, you don't do videos. You did interviews with Fight Hype. You did an interview with the homie Dante back in the day. But you showed what type of person that you was when you did that. You ran off. You took off running. And everybody saw what you did. Everybody saw what you did when you ran away from me. And I heard he got a security team. Now, that's what I've been told. Now, I don't know if it's because of what I did, but I'm pretty sure a few people tried to run up on him. But I'm pretty sure he remembered what I did to him. Because the funny part about it is, I know for a fact that Stephen A. Smith knows who the LDBC is. He's very familiar with 7A Sports TV. He knows who Ticket TV is. Because the thing is, he stole some of Ticket TV's quotes. So yeah, he know who we are. Now, 7-8 said that he kind of heard me saying that I was going to run up on him. I don't know if he did or he did, but hey, it is what it is. It needed to be done. It had to be done. But the world saw what Stephen A. Smith was all about. He ain't that dude. He ain't body. Ah! So this is just textbook of him. This is what they pay him to do. Remember, he was at Fox for a stint. You know Roger Ailes? Remember, his quote was, demonize the other, aka the brother. That's what he was all about. Okay? So, we all know what's up with him. It's a shame what he's became. And the funny part about it is, I didn't even see in some instances where you didn't have people from the other side say, yeah, man, he ain't cool. Even they admitted that, yeah, man, he didn't change. Yeah, we know he did. It was the check. Stephen A. Smith is making a lot of money doing that. He makes millions of dollars a year doing what he does. He got a contract extension, he got a raise. So he gonna continue to do that. Like, that's the thing, man. When you work for a network like that, that's the problem. You are not allowed to be yourself. You have to do what they tell you to do. And I understand why Fred, Barbershop Conversation, turned down the job with ESPN. Fred could have been working with ESPN. He could have been doing that stuff. Fred could have been, you know, talked about how Fred Hawthorne, but Fred didn't want to do it because Fred had integrity. And you got to give Fred his props. Fred turned down a lot of money at the time. But Fred did it the right way. Fred didn't want to compromise himself. That could have been Fred. Do you know if Fred had took that job, Fred would be Fred is a millionaire now, but Fred would have even more millions. And I respect Fred for turning down that job, man. Because he got integrity. He you know what I'm saying? He a PBM. And you know what PBM mean? Proud black man. And that's what I am. So as far as Stephen A. Smith go, that's on him. You know, when Stephen A. Smith retires, you know what I'm saying? When he like 70 something, and he looking at the highlight reels of himself, he gonna have to ask himself, when he see footage of himself putting on that show that he puts on and spewing out that BS, he gonna have to ask himself, was it worth it? I'm out.